Alrighty. I don't know what this music is. Sorry about that. You know what? That's kind of perfect timing. Haircut? Nope. Just got it, I guess you can say, slicked back. It's up in a man bun or whatever you want to call it. All right, guys. We got something a little different today. We're finally going to be starting a brand new series for all of you beginners or even veterans that are stuck in the game. Maybe you got stuck somewhere along the way trying to get through Summoner's Way. I don't know. But today, I'm going to hopefully be able to help you guys along your path. Maybe if you're a brand new player, you'll be able to backseat game me while I show you how to play this game. You know, I've done this multiple times. The game has changed over the years, and it is not a completely different game, but a lot has changed for sure. If you're confused as to what account I'm on right now, this is a series I did in the past. Some of you guys might remember. It was called the Unruined series, where I played Summoner's War without using any runes, right? I was trying to prove a point that you don't need runes to be able to beat certain things in the game. I was able to, not in this series, but I was able to make a video showing how you can beat giants without using runes, and you could even beat giants using silver stars. Comtois decided to make an update where you can't do that anymore. You can't use dots and stuff like that against the giant on the final stages, the Abyss dungeons now. You're not able to do that. But anyway, it's not the point of this video or this stream. We are going to be starting a brand new account, and as you can see from the rules below, we'll go over this really quick before we start. So we only have one rule, and that rule is obviously to be completely free to play. This means I can only use free-to-play units, like things that you're able to obtain just by playing. You know, it's not required to summon or anything like that. And yeah, I can't spend any money at all. And the rest are just goals that we're going to be trying to achieve. And once I achieve all of these goals, then the series will be over, right? You'll be caught up pretty much with everybody else in the game, and it's up to you if you want to keep playing or not at that point. So yeah, we're going to be doing TOA normal and hard all the way up to 100. Then we're going to be completing all dungeons, all the Abyss dungeons, and then we are going to be trying to get to at least Conqueror 1 in Arena and RTA. And there is absolutely no time limit to get all this stuff done. I'm not here saying that this is the best way to play the game. I'm just going to be going through it the way that, you know, I feel is best to teach people how to play. I'm not trying to min-max or anything. I'm not trying to stress myself out with trying to get things done like the fastest possible way. That's not what the series is about. So yeah, let's just get into it. We're going to go on Europe server. I'm not 100% sure if I have an account or not. Let's see what you guys are saying. What's up, Arctic? What server is this on? Yep, we're playing on Europe. Do I see a light Anubis? I actually have no idea if I summoned a light Anubis on there or not. 48-hour live stream. We'll see how long this goes. Like I said, no time limit. So these streams could be long. They could be kind of short. We're looking like we're going to crash. The game can't handle me switching to a different server. All right, let's see if yep, looks like I already have an account. We can just restart it. Yeah, we can just reset it. It's fine. One thing I'm unsure of, though, let's just see what we get real quick. Oh, we don't even have enough mana. Never mind. All right, one thing I'm unsure of, though, is if we reset game, does that just reset this server, or does it reset like my unruined account as well? Let me know if anybody, for some reason, knows the answer to that before I click it. I don't really care too much. If it deletes my unruined server, then it's whatever. But I'd prefer to keep it. Just that account? Alright, cool. Just the server. Alrighty. Oh my, I have to enter that? Alright, and before we get into it, I've been trying to think of a name to use for this series, for my account here. Why is the pixel on the screen? Hold up. Okay, yeah, so I've been trying to think of a name for this account, so I need you guys to come up with something for me. I have a couple names written down. I don't know how I feel about them. Maybe you guys can choose from them. While, oh, it's not even going to show... It's not going to show the cutscene, so I'm just going to skip it. Alright. So I got Slick Summons, Free to Play Slick, Free to Slick, or Slick Students. I don't know. Kind of generic. I kind of like Slick Summons or Free to Play Slick. Slicky Wicky McDicky. I can't believe you just made me say that. Yeah, we're definitely not doing that one. Noob to Slick. That's a pretty good one. Like Noob to Slick. Alright, come on. Let's get at least 2 more names before I pick here. We also gotta worry about if it's taken or not, or they might not even allow me to use some of these names. Alright, we got anything else? Going once, going twice. Sold to Darth Josh, Noob to Slick. Oh, hold up. Ches has an amazing idea. Alright, we're gonna do this. Noob to Slick. Oh, shit. That's the first time I put a name in and it wasn't either taken or inappropriate. Like the first time around. Alright, so lesson number 1. All this dialogue, if you're using a phone or a tablet, click the screen as quick as you can. If you are using a mouse or a keyboard, I think, can you use spacebar? No. So if you're using a mouse, and my wire is tangled right now, but I usually do, like, I'll put my hand like this and I'll smack my finger as fast as possible. That's how you get through this, because they decided they didn't want to add a skip button, so now we have to suffer. Look at that. Our first summon. Fire Hellhound. What a unit. Actually is a pretty good unit. We're still waiting on a 2A though. Alright. Let's get through all this. The first few things that you summon, everybody gets. So, unfortunately, if you're new, don't feel special. It's all the same stuff. And yeah, the game's just going to walk you through. And here's the first thing to learn. Basically, if it's green, that means you have advantage over it. There's a few perks that you get with attacking something that you have advantage over. If it's in the yellow, it's just basic. You get your basic advantages, and then unfavorable, you get some disadvantages, such as like a less chance to crit or more of a chance to glance, which will reduce your damage. But yeah, so these first parts of the game, you're just basically clicking through, getting nothing special. This guy actually is pretty special though. We're going to be using him for sure throughout the series. Yeah, now they're going to teach us about runes a little bit. This is usually where people get confused to these kinds of games, but for now, just do what the game says. Don't really worry about it too much. Just know that you're getting stats. Don't overcomplicate anything. I think I have the music from the game going as well, so we got to get through this so I can turn that off. Nope, we can't click it yet. Yeah, I'm not sure how loud that is for you guys. I'm sorry if it's really loud. I hope it's not too loud, because then kind of completely ruins the start of this video. Alright, we're powering up, which is just basically increasing the level of your monsters. So now he's level 2, he gets more stats. And he's going to take us back. Come on. Where's the skip button? My friend said butt nuggets. Doesn't really go with it. Beginner account with no LD. Reroll and pick your Nat 5 event. Alright, so real quick for the newbies. Always have this on ×3. Don't waste your time. And always autoplay. No, don't always autoplay. But for these first couple of stages, you can just autoplay. They're going to win it. However, it is a good idea to not autoplay and try to learn what these skills do. Like, for example, this one heals, and it will remove any harmful effects. So anything that has red above your character's names, this gets applied by the enemies. She will remove that, just like that. So little stuff like that, just learn what they do. This doesn't do anything, it just does damage, hits twice. This potentially freezes. This can apply a effect on the enemy. Lifesteal. So yeah, when you're starting out, learn the skills. And learn them slowly with the units that you get. You're better off using the starter units instead of if you get it like a Nat 5 right away, just to learn how to strategize and stuff early on. Alright, and then this is going to be your most important thing as a new player. Summoner's Way is just like a guide of how to get through the game and basically how to complete everything to get to the end game. Once you've completed all this stuff, in my opinion, you're basically at the end game, because once you're done this, you will have beaten both TOA normal and hard and most of the dungeons, and it forces you to get certain ranks in arena. So yeah, at that point, you're pretty much end game. You do what you want. But if you still have this on your account and you've been playing this game for a long time, please make sure to finish it up. Turn that down and turn that down. Alright, we're using my music. Just want to check with you guys real quick. Was that music and the sound effects too loud? Or could you guys not even hear it? Alright, and this is something new. We're not going to use it yet, but this will help you as a new player. The best things to get from this early on are definitely these rune sets. You get entire rune sets, and honestly, probably getting the violent ones the best, but just try to get them all. And yeah, so if you're confused up to this point, you just keep going with what the game tells you to do. You get through Garen Forest. Alright, we're just going to auto. I'm going to read your guys' comments. Definitely, if you guys have any questions while watching, please ask them. Or if there's something that you want me to cover in a little bit more depth, or just comment something to help newer players. So while they're watching, they can read the chat and maybe learn something. Yeah, we're doing this together. Explain the new Summoners event. It's insane for the free times 10 scrolls and stuff. I'm not even sure what the event is, but I'll explain events. There's always events going on. If they have these little gifts at the top right of them, that means there's something to collect from it. And usually just playing the game, doing stuff, will unlock these different things that you'll get from events. So just simply play the game and you're going to unlock stuff. And events like massively help your progression and get you all kinds of good stuff. So definitely make sure you're reading them and doing what they're asking you to do. I started 100 time this game from beginning, and I am so tired. I mean, I personally find it more enjoyable restarting and playing from scratch. However, I find it boring if you do the same thing every time you restart. For example, I made that Unruined series where, you know, I made my own rules where I can't use runes. I've made series where I use light dark only, series where I can only use swift runes. Yeah, stuff like that makes it more fun playing through it again. Makes it like a different challenge, as well as sometimes it makes it easier. Like going swift only makes it easier because now all you have to do is run giants. You don't have to worry about anything else. No, I was talking about the thing you just went over chat at 4 minutes late. Oh, are you talking about... Where did it even go? This thing? Is this what you were talking about? Alright, let's keep it moving. Keep it pushing. My first ever scroll in my new account was the Light Madeline Cookie, and my second was Win Art Master. My first scrolls on that account that weren't required to be opened. Damn. Well, here's the thing. Even if we get some really good stuff from scrolls on this account, we can't use them. So what's going to happen is we're going to get some really good stuff on this account because of that. Happens every time. We're probably going to get a couple light dark nav 5s, Honestly, if we get a light dark nat 5, I might have to make an exception. That might be the only exception that I make. But yeah, so we got to the end here, and I'm pretty sure we still can just auto this guy. But another thing that you should be doing is you can hold down your characters here before the battle. You can click this button right here, and you can just click through all this. If you're confused by this, there's a good chance you're confused by this. If you're a new player, you're like, this is too much. Holy shit. Just click this right here and click auto engrave, and it'll just put on recommended runes for you. You don't even have to worry about it. Just do that. You get some additional stats, and just play like that for the beginning, or however you want to play. If you want to try to learn right away, go ahead, read into everything. But I'm treating this like I'm talking to myself back when I started, and things were a bit confusing. I didn't really know what to go with. I didn't really know what meant what was the best rune sets to use, none of that. So I'm here now to say, just don't even worry about it. We're getting kind of unlucky here. This thing's like Rauk, where it can like attack multiple times. All right, first scenario down. Click through it. Every time you beat something like this, you're gonna have to get your fingers ready to start clicking. And we unlocked a new character, Elven Ranger, the Light Elven Ranger. This guy, his name is Lucian, but he's not the Lucian that you're after. He's not the Lucian that you want. We're probably not going to use him too much. He's alright, but nothing special. He's not good really for any dungeons. Besides maybe Necropolis, because he has a multi-hit on his first skill. But yeah, don't really worry about that guy. Alright, we get a free premium pack. Some rainbow stuff. And yep, now we're just gonna collect. Collect our daily stuff. Go down here, you get free 25 crystals every day. Yep, nothing else. Community. We already got a request. What's up, cool puffer? Yeah, we'll do some summons right away. We'll just do 10 since we're one away from being able to do another 10 time. And we're hoping for 3 stars. Or something that we're able to fuse. Alright, perfect. We got a full lineup of 3 stars. I'm allowed to use any of these units here because they are technically free to play. You will eventually get all of these characters. Some of them can be, if they have this little thing right here, see at the bottom left of this guy's picture, that means you can fuse him, which is something you can do later on in the game. But yeah, same with this one. Scroll out a bit. Collect more of that. And enter arena. So we're just going through it. Skip the cutscene. The only cutscene we're allowed to skip Alright. Now we gotta beat Greedy. And I say, for now, we will try to figure out our team with what we got. I'm going to keep this guy in. I'm going to keep him in. And we're going to use... Who else should we use? We use her. And the way that I want to kind of make my team early on is heavy on wind. So that once we unlock the dungeon giants, he is a water type, so we have element advantage, and our team's already like getting prepared to be able to take that on. But let's see what he does real quick. Harmful effect. This guy's not terrible. Or we can use Yaku. Continuous damage. Ignores defense. You know what? Yeah, we're going to use him. And we're going to go with this. Alright. And I probably should have put some runes that we've obtained on them, but it's alright. Okay. Snipe. Never mind. He's gonna die. He's got harmful effects, which kill him once he takes a turn. Here we go. Oh, man. So unfortunately, you guys painfully have to wait for me to click through all this. But when I make this into a video, I'm probably just going to edit out all the cutscenes and stuff, so it's more enjoyable to watch. But yeah, just set a defense. Doesn't really matter. You can even put one monster in there for now. This guy is actually decent. If he's somebody that you want to use, then not a terrible option. He's better than the other guy that we got earlier, the Elven Ranger. And we'll carry on. Okay, so this is showing us we get a free support monster, which you can use. I think you can only use this one. Not right now. I think you can only use this one maybe once, and then the rest 10 times. Yeah, so he can be used 10. I think he's 1. You can look at his runes. This is basically just your friends list #1 monster that they have set. So for example, I think we can actually do it from here. No, we can't. It's called your rep monster. Alright, come on. We get it, Elliot. We went over it. Maybe we can't do it yet. But eventually we'll be able to set our monster that we want our friends to be able to use. So she's set right now. You can see with the crown right here. It means she's our rep monster. And it'll show up down here for your friends. And we'll keep it pushing. We'll give him some runes that we have. 1 rune. Let's keep going. Talk about World Arena, even if you don't have access. Okay. So, I feel like that's one of the last things to talk about. But I guess it's also one of the most interesting things for people to want to hear about or to want to do once they start playing this game, right? You probably started downloading this game for that reason. So I guess we can go over it a little bit. But basically, it is an end game thing. You're not going to have access to it until you reach a certain level. And then once you do, you're going to realize that everybody is just going to kick your ass. Like, you don't even have a chance. But try not to make that the deciding factor of why you don't want to play anymore. This is something you kind of just have to get through and learn over time how to get better at it, and, you know, watch guides or, you know, just learn from experience. But basically, it's just each side, you and your opponent pick 5 units, and you're basically just trying to counter their units by picking units that counter them, right? I don't know. It's really hard to explain if you're a newer player, just because it's something that you will experience, but it's also, I think it is important to at least warn you about it at this stage. Like, don't be thinking, oh, once I get through Summoner's Way, now I'm going to be able to do RTA and have fun with that. Like, no, you're not. You're really not. It's going to take some time to actually set up a team and get a good understanding of how to do that part of the game. For support monsters, it is 50 total matches a day using help monsters. Yep. And 10 times per friend's monsters a day, and 10 for Duran, too, since he counts as a friend. Oh, okay, so you can use Duran 10 times. It just doesn't say it. But yeah, no point right now of changing anything. We're just getting through it. We're leveling up monsters that I know are going to be useful later on. Actually, I don't know why I still have the fairy in. You can take her out. She's not really super useful. She can help out for maybe one thing, but like I said, one of the best things I think you can do is to focus on water and wind units early on. If you get any water and wind units, definitely focus on them first. And then I have this guy in because he's specifically good for one dungeon later on in the game. You really don't need to worry about him right now, but that's the only reason I have him in the squad at the moment. We'll probably change him first once I get something better. If a leader skill's in gray like this, that means it's not activated. So, for example, hers only works in a specific part of the game, guild content. This isn't guild content. So make sure you realize that they're not getting any additional stats from that. What's a good XP farmer for 1 to 3 stars only account? 1 to 3 star monster. Something that has an AoE. I know the Dark Serpent is pretty good, but it's a dark unit. You're probably not going to have him. Somebody said Lulu best farmer. Yeah, if you want to be there all day, then you can use Lulu. Great for wasting your time. I don't know. I don't really know what else. I'd have to look through them. Oops. Yeah, I don't know. What's a good 3-star farmer? Rauk, yeah, Rauk would be pretty good. Right? So, if you guys don't know, Rauk, once he kills something, he'll get an additional turn. And that's part of his passive, so he can keep doing it. If he kills something every turn, he'll just non-stop kill people. And finish the scenario. Crow, no, Crow's not good. Crow does single target only. So when it comes to an XP farmer, you want ideally something that hits multiple enemies at once every single turn. They give you pretty much the best possible XP farmer as you start getting through a scenario, which is the water lapis. So you don't even have to worry about that, but like you said, you're doing a 3-star only account, so I don't know. Like I said, if you're doing light darks and you have the dark serpent, I think he's pretty good. Rock's good. Water Naomi? Which one's that? I don't even know which one that is. Crow does good damage. Yes, Crow does good damage, but it's only single target. So if you're trying to clear out waves quickly to be able to farm and level up your stuff, you need to be hitting multiple people to make it go faster. Water Martial Cat. Okay, that's kind of what I thought it was. Should be alright, but still single target. Like, she'll be able to do it very easily and survive. But at that point, just use Rauk or something else that has an AoE skill. Alright, let's take a little bit of time away because we're not really learning anything right now, so we'll go real quick into the collection. This is a way you can see all of the monsters in the game. So the stage, which we'll talk about later on, that everyone uses to farm and level up their monsters is a fire stage. So ideally you're going to want to use a water unit. And here's a way you can go through. You can see if any of these have AoE skills. This one attacks all enemies, so she wouldn't be bad. But the rest of her skills only attack one target. This guy also AoEs. Anybody else? What does she do? This one is an AoE. And yeah, that's how you can figure it out. If you have a unit here that does an AoE, what are you guys saying? The Red Inferno? Yeah, he's not bad either. But he's a fire unit, so I would suggest using water. Let's do another 10 time. See what we get. Ooh, got our first lightning. Boomerang. Can't use her. And another. Poison Master. Alright. So if let's pretend you got these same pools right here. The best thing from this is this guy right here. He's a really good unit. And you can even use him at endgame. You can second awaken him. It's not great for dungeons, but he can still participate. He can fit roles in your dungeon teams. So I would not be against you building him for sure. Keep collecting and keep pushing along. Beat Amir. All right, this guy's team looks scary, but he has literally 0 runes on his units. He just can use anything that he wants. And we're gonna take out this one so that we can fit in the guy that I was talking about, that I was hyping up. No, we don't want to put Fatal on him. So we'll give him the Fatal set. This increases his attack. We'll learn another thing real quick. They have these things next to their pictures. Or you can see it right here. Once you click on them, he's an attack type unit. So you want to build him with anything that increases his attack, right? Or his damage, his crit rate, crit damage, stuff like that. So here's another attack type unit. I could have put them on. This guy's HP. So you want to increase his HP stats. Same with this one. It's just a really basic, simple way to look at it. Just to not overcomplicate anything. Fire Archer is also good. Yeah, he also does AoE. Yeah, the Water Archer is also really good. Correct about that. I think we're going to lose, actually. So we're going to have to come back to the stage. But they do not have runes on them. But either do we. So that's why we lost. Alright. We're going to spend... Early on here, we're going to spend our token thing on this one. Okay, we got terrible luck on those runes. They're not great at all, but we're gonna start powering this guy up a bit. What am I doing? Click runes, manage, auto engrave. Just give him whatever. Just give him this for now. Give her this one. And now here's another thing. Powering up runes. It's going to increase these stats, and every 3, that's why I have them sectioned off like this. Every 3, we'll put randomly stats into these other substats, as they're called. So we'll put it up to +9 for now. See, we got mainly resistance. It's a really bad rune because this is going to be confusing for people. But slots, let's go to something that already has runes on everything. So slots 2, 4, and 6. You want them to be percentages on this top stat here. And then slots 1, 3, and 5 are always going to be flat. They'll never be percentages. So the main ones you have to worry about are 2, 4, and 6. However, slot 2 can have speed, which will never be a percentage. So that is the only exception to the slots 2, 4, and 6. All right, and now that we've confused the newer players, let's keep it pushing. Keep collecting. Go through Kabir. Take you out. All right. Poison Master is OP. Yeah, Poison Master is OP, to be honest. They're really overlooked. I remember the days when there was no repeat battles. Oh, man. Yeah, you guys do have it good. Well, we have it good now, right? But I'm saying, for those of you that have started playing the game after the repeat battle update, oh, man. That was rough. So before you basically, you're playing the game how I'm playing it right now, where you would have to auto everything. But eventually, once you beat something for the first time, you can now just repeat battle it up to 30 times. So you don't really have to play it, and then you can just click out of it and do like arena or something else. But before, I think that's kind of what made the game a bit better in a way, is the fact that it was harder to farm for runes. So like getting a legendary rune was like a big deal. Now it's like if all of your runes aren't legendary runes, then you can't compete because everyone else's accounts have basically full sets of legendary runes on their units. But yeah, man, that was a... That's why I say it's like a different game now. Even farming enough magic to awaken someone was a major task. Yup. Exactly. Alright. Keep going. Where's your lapis? We haven't unlocked her yet. Once we do, we are definitely going to use her. Without a doubt. I will say it has made the transition to being able to focus on playing the game more than farming. 100%. Yeah, before the game was literally just you're sitting in a dungeon all day, and for me, and I'm sure a lot of people had to go through this, whether you're in school or work or something, trying to, you know, if the game's in your pocket and you're trying to farm stuff out so you don't have to do it later when you get home or whatever, so you can just come home and actually like mess around with whatever you got. It was a pain in the ass. Because, like, for example, I used to do this when I was working, I'm not gonna lie. I'd have a dungeon farming in my pocket. I would do a task or whatever, and once I was done that task, I'd grab my phone, click complete, collect whatever the reward was, and then restart the dungeon again, put it back in my pocket, do some more work, and oh man, that was honestly pretty brutal. Whereas now you can just simply do, okay, 10 times, put it in your pocket, come back after however long it takes you to run 30 dungeons. And yeah, you'd have a crap ton of runes collected. And you don't have to constantly go into your pocket to click to the next dungeon. I'd really love to start a new account too, but all the Elia yapping at the start makes my patience run short. I'm telling you, man. If they simply just put a skip button on all of those cutscenes, it would make the beginning of this game 10 times better. Without a doubt. Or even like a feature just to turn it off. That would be better, honestly. Like, do you want pop-ups? No. Alright. Play the game. Nobody really cares about this story. Right? We're here to collect. And that is it. Fall asleep farming and wake up to a dead phone on my chest. I had a girl at work that wasn't busy, so she would farm for me while I worked. Damn, that's how to do it. Yeah, back in the day, there was thoughts of like having like a minion to do the farming for you. I know some people had like AI do it for them because that's how bad it was. And then it also really separated people that were able to spend money versus people that were completely free to play. Because back then, if you had the money, just buy a bunch of rune packs and you don't have to worry about farming. It's either that or have a kid and have your kid constantly play the game for you. do all the farming for you while you do everything else. Do the fun stuff. Alright, we got some runes now, something to work with. And we're going to put them on one of our attack units that we've been using. Put it on her. Auto engrave. Give her the full set. So this will be one of the final lessons when it comes to runes. I mean, we're going to keep talking about it throughout, but this is like one of the final big lessons. We've covered pretty much everything else. But we're going to talk about rune sets and what rune sets do. As you can see here, these are 2 sets, which means you only need 2 of these to complete the set, which gives you this bonus right here. These are all the runes that you can choose from. They all have different things that they do. If you want to see a more in-depth explanation of all this, whoops, I think I moved my screen a bit. Okay, it's not too bad. If you want to see a more in-depth explanation of all this stuff, go to Help, click Rune, and right here it'll show you, explain everything for you. Rune power-ups, show you some pictures, some graphs, and then rune sets. These are all the rune sets. It'll tell you exactly what they do, where you can get them. Yeah, so you have 2 types of sets. You have, click off of that and click all, click grade, view equipped. Get these all out here so you guys can see. So you have the 4 set and you have the 2 set. So you can have, say, like 4 of these to complete this set and then use a 2 set. Or you can do what I'm doing on this unit and have 3 2 sets to fill in all these slots. So very basic way to look at that. I'm not going into depth of exactly what runes to use, but like I said, just use the auto engrave for now. And if it's like an attack type rune, then you want to put it on your attack type units. If you have a support unit, you probably want them to have more HP and defense and survivability and speed. And then also for your attackers, crit rate is huge, because when they crit, you get a critical hit. They will deal extra damage based off of your crit damage. So that's the very basic explanation of how all that stuff works. Let's keep it pushing. All right. You should try out Resvelg. Yeah, he's a very good unit, but I can't use him for the series because he's technically not free to play, which in my opinion he is, but I don't know. We're gonna try to stick to things that are like clearly free to play. Love your videos, bro. Appreciate it, Pokemaster. Also, speed is king. These sets that we're getting right now are like some of the best sets you can have in the game. This is a turn-based game, so the more turns that you take, the better chance you have at winning. I feel like the only advantage money can get you now is monsters and Devilmon. That's true. I mean, you can also still buy runes, but since you can just farm really quickly and efficiently now, it's almost a complete waste of money to buy runes. So I guess you do have a point with that. Devilmons are definitely like the #1 thing though. Like on my main account, I have so many nat 5s that aren't max skilled because I don't have enough Devilmons. And they keep coming out with new nat 5s, and I keep summoning new stuff and don't have the Devilmons to put into all of them. But yeah, as you can see, we're still just autoing through everything. I want to remind you, if you're new to the game, read the skills, learn what they're doing. Learn your rune sets. Like for example, the werewolf just got an additional turn there because he had that violent rune set on, which gave him a 22% chance of getting an extra turn. That rune set specifically is known as one of the most broken rune sets in the game, most toxic rune sets in the game, because that 22% isn't 22% for you most of the time. It's 22% when the enemy is using it, or 100% when the enemy's using it, and 5% when you use it. But yeah, definitely make sure you are paying attention to what things do, even what the enemies are doing, just to learn the unit, so that once you get it, you know what it does. All right, so also, since they are water, they're always going to focus my fire unit that was down here. So if you're really struggling to beat a stage, and you need somebody to tank all the hits, you would want to use a HP-based fire unit instead of an attack-based fire unit that's going to have less HP because you're focused more on attack, obviously. These are simple principles to understand as you get further in the game, like even into arena and stuff, PvP, guild wars. That's how you want to set your teams up, to have something that can, tank hits, especially when you're playing against the AI, because the AI is always going to go for that unit. Unless something, like if this guy got a defense break, which does what it says, it lowers their defense, they will sometimes attack him instead. Rune recommendations for early game? Well, this early into the game, there's not much else you can do besides just whatever runes that you're getting, you just make sure you're putting them on something. But I would definitely say Swift and Energy and Blade are, in my opinion, the best sets that you can get early on. Hi, love you so much. Appreciate it, Zhao. Probably violent runes if you can't get them. Yeah, violence endgame, the best runes. But only when you can get good speed on it. So most of the time, you're not going to have good enough speed stats on your violent runes early on. So you're better off just going Swift. Because, like I said, this is a turn-based RPG. Emphasize turn-based. You want to take as many turns as you can get. Violent runes kind of break that, because there's a chance to continuously get a bunch of turns with that 22% chance. Now this is nerfed in RTA. You can only get 2 turns with it per turn. But everywhere else in the game, you can get as many turns as possible. And you'll see in Guild Wars, sometimes things will proc like 5 to 10 times in one turn. So it completely breaks the game. I don't know why they haven't changed that yet. It doesn't make any sense to me. They tried adding a new rune set that like locks their runes out. It's called a seal rune. Dumbest thing ever. I hate it so much. Because then there's still a chance to lock the rune set out. It's like a... I don't even know. I don't want to misspeak here. We'll check as soon as Duran wants to stop yapping to Elia. Yeah, we get it. All right. How do I check it? It's the seal rune. Is there like no way to like read it from here? Do I guess I have to go up here. Help. Rune set. Where's the seal? Seal. 25% chance. Okay. Yeah, so 25% chance to take people's runes away. I don't know, it's stupid. Just make it like it is an RTA, where you can only get potentially 2 turns every 1 turn, instead of potentially 20 turns every 1 turn. That's all you have to do. And to add a skip button. Simple fixes here. Very simple fixes. And you take the game from, you know, here to all the way up here. That's how big of a difference those changes make. Swift and Energy or Swift and Blade I think are best early. If you have Tank Unit Energy and Revenge, could be good. Yep. There are simple runes to get early on in the game. And you can even use them later on in the game. I will say though, having Swift and Will is probably the best thing you can do if you start getting into PvP content. Alright, we can do 2 10 times. Let's see what we get. See if we're going to change anybody out. Water Inferno. Oh. Puree. Oh, man. Alright, what do we got here? This guy's good with filling up the attack bar, but he's not going to be good for dungeons. We're looking at dungeon units. Grim Reaper is actually pretty good early on. And this high elemental is really good as well. We're actually going to take out that Rauk, and we're going to use this elemental. Let's do 10 more. All right. Just more stuff. I'm not going to go through them all. But we got more options to use now. And now we're on to Talane Forest. Take you out and add in you. We can now have a leader skill. It's just going to work for fire only, so it's only going to work for herself. And we're going to engrave Swift set. Almost the full Swift set. Not quite. Use that one. Durand is a yapper. Yeah, he needs to relax. Him and Elia. I don't know what they be saying, but I really don't care. Ikaru. Yeah, Ikaru was another good option. I might end up using him. Ikaru was the water Inugami that just showed up in that summoning session. Another really good unit. Comes with a speed leader. Once again, speed's king, so speed leaders are pretty much the best leader skills you can get in the game. I managed to ruin my Wind Cat on Violent with plus 220 crit damage, and my guildmates say it is bad. I guess it depends. Like, that's pretty good crit damage, but it depends on the other stats that you have. Like, if everything is just dumped into crit damage and it has no speed, no attack, no crit rate, then it could be bad. Where's your Lapis? We didn't get that far yet. The cutscenes they made are actually really cool. It would be awesome if they made one for beginner of the game instead of all the chat bubbles. I agree. And just make it so you can skip it. I don't care. You can make a cool cutscene. I'll watch it one time, but if I'm trying to replay the game, I want to be able to skip it. You know, we're not... I don't know why they're trying to, like, win an Oscar with their storytelling or whatever. It didn't happen. It's not going to happen. We care about the game, simply the game. Stick to the thing that we want. We don't want a story. Nobody's asking for a story. If you want to make a story, that's cool. The people that are interested in it can be interested in it. But don't make the story and then have the gameplay worse because of it. You know, and they added extra stuff to Summoner's Way. They added the dimensional hole. And all these things, you have to wait for some dialogue to go through just to be able to start playing it. Missing something on Summer's Way to get Lapis? Oh, I thought you received her through doing scenario. Maybe I did miss something. Let me take a look real quick. Summer's Way. Oh, yeah, we're not even collecting all the stuff. Okay. You guys are right. Thank you for coming in here and saying that. We will +6 this one. You guys are right. It's been a minute. Oh, wait, we need to do it 4 times for 4 different units, or runes. We'll make all of hers +6. +6. And she's going to carry us. There we go. Now we got her. Holy shit. Can't click on that yet? By the Arcane Tower. Click through it. Battle in Arena 3 times. Okay. take him on. Alright, so Lapis is pretty much the best unit in the early game they can possibly get. Helps out with pretty much every single dungeon up until the end game, and then eventually you just replace her with something that helps you do it faster. She's going to be your farmer, and you want to build her ideally not like this. You want to have her on Vampire Revenge. But for now, go with that. And I know I said I was going to keep using this guy, but where's she at? This unit's better for now. We're going to use that Vagabond for the first dungeon once we get to it. But I want to make sure that I have a good team going. A good variety of colors to choose from. Okay, defense break you. He's dead. She has Violent Blade, pretty good attack, and crits in general. 60 speed in my Chinook soon. Had a bit of a heart attack reading that. Yeah, so I think you want... Are you saying they have 60 speed or 60 crit rate? You're saying 60 speed, so it should be a little bit higher than that, I think. Windcat doesn't need any crit rate whatsoever. She has guaranteed crits on enemies and under harmful effects. Oh, okay. You're right about that. This is actually my first time using the Windcat. I don't even have her built on my main account. Never used her. But I know she can be good. But you are right about that. You don't have to worry about the crit rate. But you do need to worry about that speed. Especially if you're using her for Guild Wars. You need her to be a lot faster. Make sure we're doing Summoner's Way and not just going through the scenario. Weekly reward. Yeah, it really doesn't matter how you play the game right now, just as long as you're doing quests or doing Summoner's Way. As long as you're progressing in something. Early on, you're going to be kind of rushed with like constantly getting stuff, and then later on in the game, it's going to start dying down. You're going to have to actually work to accomplish new achievements in the game. But that's why we made these goals down here under the chat. So I will hopefully be able to show you exactly how to get to that point. Purchased mystical. Clear Kabir. Swift runes. This is why you do this before doing the quest, because now we have to go back and get Swift runes. But it's alright. We'll just... Do we have the autoplay yet? Yeah, we do. So we can click repeat battle, click scenario, go to here, and now we just farm this out until we get the Swift runes again. And while we do that, we can start collecting different things. We got some more friend requests coming in from you guys. Appreciate it. And we'll start collecting events. You guys aren't going to be able to see what I'm collecting from these events because it doesn't show up. Actually, what happens when I do this? Oh, there we go. Yeah, it set something up from last video, so you guys can see it now. man. So we can create our own rune. What should we create? I'm going to go swift. Just to prove my point. Or practice what I'm preaching here. That swift's really good early on. I'm just going to use a speed. Use speed for here. Confirm it. Confirm. And now we want, ideally, all percentages for the substats before we take it. Okay. Almost got it right there. Stick with that one. Stick with that one. Oh, we get free chances. Come on. Yeah, so we're trying to min-max the rolls on this rune right now. By getting all percentages. There we go. Look at that. That's a beautiful one. Change. Power up. Oh, okay, yeah, so we're not going to acquire it just yet. You know what, we are. I don't care. We're going to take it. Oh, we have to power it up before we take it, so never mind. Alright, go back to my other screen. Why is this complete? Did we lose? Oh, monster reached max level. Take him out. Who else did we have in there? Oh, Lapis. Okay. Alrighty. Keep collecting. And we'll go back to the events. I have a question. You started the series because you bored or you're inspired by something like events? Neither. I just wanted to make the series to have something for people, newer players, to look at. And even for like people that have been playing for a while to maybe learn something new. I know there's a lot of people that have been playing this game for a long time. They still haven't completed all dungeons. They still haven't completed TOA. They still haven't gotten up to Conqueror ranks in Arena and RTA. So that's what this series is for. Power that up. Not bad. Attack and crit damage. I'm going to plus 12 it. Attack and crit damage again. Okay. Okay, challenges level up Magic Knight. So we've got to get her to max level. We're gonna use these on her to help max her out real quick. She's only 3 levels away now. And keep collecting, level up skill. All right, another learning moment. Forgot to switch back, my bad. Another learning moment. Powering up a skill. What that means, we have these skills down here, and you can see like level 2, level 3. The way to get these unlocked for those units is by taking a unit that is the same. It can be any color of this type of unit, but it has to be the same unit. So we need another Vagabond. This is the way you look at it. Just go through here. We don't have another one. We have 2 of these. We can level up, not Lapis. The fairy. We can do the fairy. We have the wind one. Dump that into her. And now she will get randomly one of these upgraded. So now this is level 2. And we'll do 5% additional recovery. And the only other way to do that, what we just did, is to use these things called Devilmon, which you only want to use on Nat 5s, because you don't get a lot of them. So save them for your Nat 5s. Everything else, just wait until you get duplicates of the same unit to max their skills. That is the best way to do it. You also get 4-star skill ups while doing Summoner's Way, but there's no other way to purchase them. Alright, now we got some Swift runes to work with. By the magic shop. This is just a shop where you sometimes will get scrolls from, sometimes you'll get units from it, runes. I like to, whoops, didn't mean to do that. I like to unlock these as soon as possible, just so you have the most options available every time this refreshes. As you level up, the runes will also level up with you, so if you are max level, you will be getting the highest possible runes from this. Like 6-star, 5-star runes. Sometimes 6-star legendary runes, sometimes scrolls. Now we gotta do Hall of Magic. And we're gonna stick. Oh, we need one more slot filled here. We'll just use him for now. I mean, base speed plus 60. Yeah, that's still not enough speed, but it depends how tryhard you're trying to be. Like, you might be in a guild that's just requiring certain things from you to be like at a certain level, and that's why they're being hard on you. Oh, we're lagging a bit. It's not good. Okay. Oh, you know why we're lagging? Every time I have this repeat going, for some reason my game just starts lagging. I don't know why. It can't handle it. We're not going to keep collecting. Keep doing Summoner's Way. Clear Hall of Dark. Any coffee recommendations? I'm not a big coffee person, to be honest. I used to drink coffee every other morning, but I would normally just drink black coffee. Tried to get away from it because I felt like after drinking a cup of it, I would be good for like an hour or two, and then the rest of the day I would crash and have zero energy. So Attack order. Always attack the boss. How do I add you? If you're on Europe, you can just type in my name and add me. Noob to slick. Just go to community, friends, add friend. That's how you can add me. And you guys can make sure I don't cheat. Oh. Oh. Really good one, but we can't use them. Damn. What the heck? Another one? We got 4? What is this lightning rate? Crazy. Do one more. Waken. I thought it gave you stuff to awaken. No, I guess it doesn't. Okay. Can awaken her. Here's another must build unit early in the game. We're going to awaken her. Awakening her will increase her base stats, as well as make her first skill here a little bit better. Everybody's different once they awaken, but basically they get additional stuff as well as their appearance changes. By the temple. Starting to run out of room. All right, now we're finally back to scenario. But yeah, I don't know if we're going to be able to use those 4 stars or not. It's like I said, it's free to play only. But if we get to arena, I might have to do some convincing with you guys to try to allow me to use maybe 1 or 2 of them. Because something like an Onimusha or a Lucian would be really helpful. And they are technically free to play. There is a way to get any 4-star unit in the game for free. And it's through Summoner's Way, if you guys don't know. You can get them through Summoner's Way. It's not working when I put your user in. You must be on a different server. Oh, yeah, you realize that? Okay. The Onimusha is not pay to win. Some people would say it is, because you have to summon it. But like I said, there is another way to get any 4-star for free. But you only get to select 1. So maybe that'll be the rule, where I can use 1 4-star that you don't get for free. And I'll probably select Galleon, to be honest. Galleon or Lucian. Probably Lucian, actually. Sorry if it's still lagging pretty bad. I gotta see if I can close out of anything else. Probably meant the water one, as that's the fusible one. Could be wrong, though. Oh. Forgot about that. You're right. The water one is a little bit harder to use, though. because his damage is increased the more he's attacked, right? Or the more that your team's attacked. So I don't know how great he'll be, but definitely something to think about. Yep, so still autoing. We'll probably be able to auto this entire scenario, even through hard and hell. It's really simple stuff. Like I said, just a good time to learn the mechanics, learn the skills. And as long as you're improving your runes as you're doing it, upgrade your runes, making sure everything has a rune on all 6 slots, you'll be alright. Like right now, I think we're still missing a couple of runes, so it's probably a good time to change a few things up. Is it possible to reach C1 with the current support monsters? Yeah, probably. We have a Megan, we have Vigor, we have Garuda, go, collect that, buy storage. I don't think we have room for it, so now it is time to buy some more room. Buy this. This is cool now too, this change here. You can quickly remove stuff just by clicking on it. Oh, a little bit better. It used to be you have to click on everything and then click delete and ask you if are you sure about it, and then it was a whole process, but now it's quick, easy. Put the storage right over here. Evolve something to 4 stars. We're gonna do Vigor for sure, if we can. Yes, we can. Okay. I gotta stop collecting that. Send friend requests. Alright. Send it out to random people. It wants to make sure you guys have friends. Do we have enough? Okay. Add a mentor. Who wants to be my mentor? Pick. I would suggest picking a water unit for this, so it can help you farm if you wanted to. Just pick this guy. And back to scenario. All right. Ludo, Reno, and Morris, I don't think are pay to win. Is that true? Are you saying they can be fused? We're going to be taking advantage of everything the game offers you for free. So let me see if we can buy this building yet. I guess not. Oh, right here. No, we can't. Level 11. We're almost there. We'll be able to look at what we can get. Because honestly, I forget. Keep doing events. Collect some more runes. Like this alone right here just makes it so you put this on anybody, you're getting through the entire scenario. Just with this rune set it gives you for free. So of course we're going to put it on Lapis for now. And let her do her thing. But yeah, I'll probably cut like this entire scenario, like a lot of the scenario stuff out when I make this video. Because it's just really a waste of time. Like, you're not getting hit with anything too difficult throughout scenario. Back in the day, it was a bit more difficult because you didn't have all these free runes and monsters given away to you early on like they are now. But this is the way to do it. Get a Lapis, build your team around it, collect the free stuff, and get prepared for your dungeon teams. So yeah, what else is there to talk about? Let's see. While we sit here and watch this. Now, I always ask you guys what you think of the current state of Summoners War. I think you guys know my opinion on it. The free-to-play state is really good. I honestly wouldn't change anything except for adding the skippable dialogue options. Besides that, though, it's looking pretty good to me. Like, if I'm playing this for the first time, I'm enjoying myself right now. I'm watching my team grow. I'm having fun. You know, it doesn't get annoying or difficult until after the fact, until you're getting towards the end of Summoner's Way. And then that's where you get thrown into the wasteland of not knowing what to do. Also, for those of you that have been wondering where I've been on Sunday nights for rush hour, I missed the past 2 weekends, but I should be back this weekend. I had some things that came up, some things that took priority, so unfortunately I was not able to compete. And we're still on that hunt for G3. My mindset hasn't changed at all. Just missed 2 weeks, that's all. Be getting back into it. But when we're not doing that, we're either going to be working on this account, or we're going to be doing some more RTA on my main account. maybe do some collaborations. I definitely want to start making more interesting content with other people. What was that again? B3. B3 plus. Okay. But yeah, that's where we're at right now with the content. Trying to be more consistent. Trying to be able to upload something every single day, whether it's a video, short, or a stream. It's definitely difficult transitioning from being somebody that edits everything and will sometimes stay up all night trying to edit videos. And then the next day I'm like so worn out from it that I just do something else to get my mind off of it. But now that we're, you know, making these videos where we're just playing through the game, just not going to worry about editing so much, just worry about cutting stuff out and giving you guys valuable stuff to watch. Would it be worth to do a video on how to do Guild Wars? I've never done it and I'm curious. I did a video showcasing something that you can use to help you do Guild Wars. I forget what I titled it, but that's definitely a good video to look at. But also, they just came out with an update that pretty much makes doing Guild Wars way easier. You can now test out any defense and how to beat it. You can like save different decks and stuff like that. Yeah, so I would say look into that a bit more. I definitely want to make more Guild War content in the future. And more like guide videos, like a simple way for anybody to understand how to do it. Because I think sometimes people will come out with different videos that's good if you're somebody that's playing the game all the time and is like a veteran player. But a lot of the times, most people are looking at those videos and they're realizing, okay, I can't do that. Like, I don't have these units that you're showing me, and I don't have the runes that you're showing me, and they're not fully understanding what to do. So if I do make videos like that, I'm going to try to break it down for even the biggest dummies to understand, to put it a little bit harshly. But oh, we're all the way up to B6. I kept on clicking next stage. We only have to do B3. We can just put it on auto. Lag out my computer again. But basically, Guild Wars and Arena are very similar when it comes to the different offense teams that you want to build, as well as defense teams. Usually for the defense teams, you just want to follow the meta, though. Just do what other people are doing. All right, we know we can't beat that stage. Oh, we only need one more. Okay. We're not going to put it on auto so we don't lag out. But yeah, so for PvP, not RTA, just other PvP, there's basically two main teams that you're going to build. Either cleave. You can either be fast cleave or slow cleave, or you build a slow turn 2 team. Oh shit. Wow, we barely beat that. She had the heal block, she was gonna die. We didn't get it, did we? Great. Do 4 to make it easier. But yeah, basically you have a few teams set up for very specific reasons, whether you want to go turn 2, turn 1, turn 1 nuke with like a Lucian, or a turn 1 nuke with like a stripper, defense breaker, and then nuker. But that's the way that I look at it. And now there's even another meta, offense meta in there, which is turn 2 dot team. And then you just learn over time what teams work against what defenses. All right, so what we get. Okay. Are we happy about this? This guy's pretty good. He does dots. He's really good for TOA. Definitely underlooked for that. So we'll probably use this guy for TOA. Oh, we still got a... Great. Keep doing these. Just farming away. Building dot team got me hooked on Summoner's War. Yeah, man, they're really fun to use, especially in TOA. But now in Arena, it's the new wave. But I think we've covered pretty much everything you need to know already for an early game player. I mean, I'm just going to keep reiterating my points here. So if you guys have any other questions or things you want to talk about, it can be literally anything, like anything going on in the world. Just something to yap about. While we wait. Okay. And we'll do this one. What about best way to star up monsters fast? The best way, it's really just to farm. Yeah, they make it a lot easier now. It used to be you would have to max level your monster. So for example, like 4 stars, they go up to level 30. So you would get her to level 30, and then you can make her a 5-star. Now you don't even have to do that. So the best way to do it, in my opinion, is you just click evolve, use whatever rainbow mons you have. You can use these angel mon, and you can even use other 3 stars. You can use silver stars, for example. You're going to be getting a lot of these unknown scrolls. So you just summon 10 of them. Now you got a bunch of food. And this is like the best way to make something the next star up. You just feed all these into them, and that's how you play. It's kind of funny how they're all just crowded inside the circle. But let's make a wish. I wish for no more dialogue. Let's see what we get. Ah, mana. The worst thing to get. Here's another change they need to make. When you land on this, which is like a really low chance to land on, and the rune should be a guaranteed legendary 6-star rune. And this should be a guaranteed at least 4-star. Or if you're going to make it 2 to 5 stars only, then take away fire, wind, and light and just... Or, no, sorry. Water, fire, and wind, and just keep light and dark. One or the other, because nobody likes getting a 2-star fairy from their wish. Okay, we gotta wait for that. Damn it, it's gotta go again. But yeah, that's my suggestion on powering stuff up quicker, or starring them up quicker. How's the team looking so far? It's looking pretty good. We're headed in a good direction. Moving on to Timur. And this is what we got. Can you join a guild yet for 5-star Rainbow Mon? Maybe. I'm not gonna have the guild points to buy it though. Yeah, so we're going to actually go for maybe another half hour or so. I'm going to try to get to Faimon, beat Faimon, and then get the light dark scroll from that. Once we do that, I think that'll be enough for the first episode of the series. And then we'll come back either tonight or tomorrow morning around the same time. And hopefully start pushing into TOA, doing some dungeons, knocking out some more Summoner's Way missions. I feel like Guild and TOA are how I get my 5-star Rainbow Mon for leveling. Yes, those are some of the best ways to get your 5-star Rainbow Mon. Right, you get 2 from TOA if you're doing TOA normal and hard, and then you get the 1 per week from Guild Wars, or just guild content. But honestly, with the way the game is set up now, anything that you're not using and you don't see yourself using anytime soon, just use that as a way to 6-star your units that you want to make. Like those 5-star Rainbow Mons help you 6-star things quicker for sure. But I think the game has evolved into something a little bit different. Like now you don't necessarily need to rely on getting rainbow mons because you can just level them up from whatever level that they're currently at into the next star. Alright, she's maxed out. We're going to 4-star her because I think we're going to use her a lot in this series. Power up. What is a good starter Giants Abyss Heart team? I would say Wind Vagabond, Crow, Fran, which is the light fairy, you can maybe, I don't know if you can, probably not Lapis actually. Let's see, who else would be a good starter? You could probably use Konamiya, which is the water version of this thing right here. And then I don't know. Something else for the last pick. Could be like a wind damage dealer maybe. Like use this Martial Cat if you want. Mine was Fran, Lauren. Yeah, Lauren is definitely a great one. She does have multi-hits though, which isn't ideal. Fran, Lauren, Crow, Bella, and Windcat. I would also suggest working on the Dark Ifrit. As your first fusion monster. Once you get the Dark Ifrit, he makes pretty much every dungeon way easier for like your first starting team. I don't know if you guys can see, but my headset is in the red zone right now, so we're getting disconnected soon. Here we go, first dungeon. Let's see how we're looking. Use you. We'll just set our team up like how it's potentially gonna look in the future. This guy's not even that bad for it either. But yeah, once we get Crow, we'll take out Vigor, most likely. Put Crow in there. Or maybe take out Lapis. Because you don't want to have too many multi-hits. Haven't even experimented enough to try to clear Giants consistently. Yeah, honestly, the best way to do it now is just to click on the recommended tab. And just build your team out like that. If you go to prepare, strategy info, and you just click on what other people are clicking on. Right, I mean, yeah, like this team right here is basically what I said earlier. Put the Varamos in there. Shows you different options. This will sometimes be different depending on the day. You can look at the rankings. This is just ranked based off of how many successful runs. So yeah, he's free to play. A lot of these are free to play. A lot of these are used for speed teams, which makes sense. These guys are clearing it so many times, so fast with these specific units. But if you're going for a more free-to-play team, there's definitely other things that you can use. Shannon is also a really good one. That's who I was trying to think of. Couldn't think of her. She will definitely help you out your first clear, as well as keeping your team consistent. Hi Slick, tuning in at work. What's up, Madison? How many people are tuning in from work right now? How many people are listening and not watching? There we go. Just talked about her. We got Shannon in there. Do another 10. This is Summoner's War. Always be summoning. Sora. Okay. We could use him maybe for TOA. Another one. Ooh. This guy's really good for dragons. Yeah, any chance you have to summon, make sure you summon. Run repeat battle. Okay, can I do it with anything? Guess we'll do it on giant. Yep. Take that. Enter arena while repeat battle is going. Just take on somebody random. What's up, JW Gamer? I quit my job to watch Slick. Good decision. Alright, we don't really care about winning, do we? We just want to get the achievement. Alright, we need to join a random guild. Or should we start our own? You know what? We're gonna join Ruby God. Because this is a sign, I think, for me. My cat, named Ruby, recently passed away, so we're gonna join her guild. Alright, let me get this for free. Put it down here. By the crystal mine. Alright, 2 more scenarios to do. Work's luckily done for the day. Perfect. Now you can watch me. You can learn all the secrets. What other games do you guys play besides Summoner's War? Or is Summoner's War your go-to #1 game? I'll tell you right now, I play Summoner's War more than any other game. But it's not my favorite. But I still think it has potential to be my favorite game, depending on what kind of updates they make over time. But I think the biggest issue is just microtransactions. Like, it's really hard to say any game that has microtransactions in it as being like a elite game. However, I look at it like we get to play for free because there's microtransactions. So somebody else is paying money so that we get to play for free. But I'm thinking about playing other games. I'm not sure if I want to do it on this YouTube channel or if I want to create another YouTube channel so that, you know, we can keep the same audience going here. I know a lot of the times if you try to switch over to different games, it kind of destroys the current audience that you have. Sometimes it works, most of the times it doesn't. But I don't know. I'm thinking about... I mean, I've done it already before, right? Like, I've played other games on this channel. And some of them did decent. But I think if I keep the same kind of vibe, hopefully you guys will be interested in that. Summoners War basically all the way. I have something farming as long as I have energy and crystals. Don't really play anything else besides this. Yeah, this game will pretty much take up all of your gaming time. And the cool thing is that you can do it while you're at, you know, work or school or whatever you got going on, or going on a road trip. You know, if you're sitting there or standing there listening to somebody talk to you, you got the game running in your pocket, you know, you're always gaming. Gaming without actually playing. But I think the real appeal to a game like this is the fact that you're progressing slowly over time and you're slowly collecting things, getting, you know, a little bit of that dopamine rush going. Every time you get like a new unit, a new rune, get a new rank in something. It's kind of like a never-ending game. Even though I feel like everyone's striving towards an end goal, but the truth is that it's never going to actually end. They can always just add new stuff in and change things around. Dota and Russian fishing are my faves. Oh, I didn't read your first comment. I think as far as phone games, it is the best, hands down. I agree with that. I've been around from day one. Not day one, but close enough to day one of this game coming out in 2014. And I've seen firsthand with my own eyes. Summoners War comes out, and then here comes all these other mobile games that are almost identical. I wonder why. It's almost like they saw that this game was doing well, so they tried to copy the format. And I've tried most of those games. And some of them I really like. You know, they have a similar vibe, just a little bit different. But yeah, Summoners War, for me, does it the best. I don't know if it's like, I'm not necessarily into this art style specifically, but something about this game, like, it just works. Because it kind of feels like Pokemon in a way. I don't know. What up, what up? The same friend who got 4 nat 5s in 150 mystics just got an LD5 and 1 LD scroll. Great. I'm glad that that guy gets to take all the luck for himself. Alright, just keep collecting, make a rune +9 4 times. These are all up there. Just do all these. These are pretty good. Keep it moving. Strictly free to play. I don't spend any money. Game is seriously the only game I play on my phone. Yeah, it's the only game to play on your phone. The only one that, like, you know the game is here to take your money, but, like, it actually offers you a good game when things aren't violent procking 100 times. But besides that, it's just a good game, straight up. If you're into turn-based combat, you know, collection-based, you're gonna enjoy a game like this. The art style is really appealing. The people that do the graphic designs and stuff are just getting better and better. I don't think I was supposed to collect that one. Oh, it's this seal. We had to buy it anyway, eventually. Can I put this down? There we go. Super Bowl commercial really got them clout. Yep. I remember seeing the commercial, and I didn't like immediately run to this game, but I was like, oh, that looks interesting. Looks like something I would try out. And then I remember going on the Play Store, and I was basically just trying to look for like a Pokemon ripoff, and I found a couple, and I was playing them, and then Summoner's War pops up, and I'm like, screw it. I saw this being advertised at the on TV during the Super Bowl. I give it a try, and then was pretty much hooked immediately. And at the time, the content creators were very intriguing to me. I don't know if it was because of my age at the time, but I feel like I learned a lot from them over the years. Now here we are 10 years later, and you have me. So I'm sorry. But there's also still a lot of people creating content that have been doing it from the beginning still. Don't think I could start over again, bro. If you're gonna start over again, set rules. Make it a fun account. Don't be generic. Only use 1-star units. I'm just kidding. Only use like a light dark account or something. Only use swift runes. Only use violent runes. Only use despair. Something like that. Alright, on to Faimon. Hard to compare a left winger to a god. But yeah, man. I'm trying to think of like other mobile games that have come close without calling out the copycats. And I think some of the Summoners War copycats are good games, like I said earlier. But the problem is that they're somehow even more in your face with like trying to purchase stuff. Like at least Summoners War, they just have like the thing on the side, and every once in a while something will pop up, and you just click out of it. But it doesn't like suffocate you with it compared to these other mobile games. LD5 out of the LD coming up scroll. Could you imagine? I'm telling you right now, if that happens, we might have to change up the series. Might have to make a new series centered around that LD5 and then restart the series after we finish with that one. Diablo Immortal, I played for a day, but found Summoners War better. I didn't even play that one. I know there was a lot of hype around it, but I heard it was extremely heavy on the microtransactions, as well as extremely taxing on your mobile device, because it's heavier in graphics. I think that's another reason why Summoners War is so great, is because it doesn't destroy your phone. It's a little bit heavier now on your graphics because of all the updates and improvements to the pixels, but it's still like, you know, a stylized game. It's not going for realism, it's just going for a certain style that doesn't require that much graphics, graphic intensity, or whatever you want to call it. Okay, so she's maxed. We complete that. That's the rune set you want to put on her. They're pretty much explaining that for you. It's called fast level up for a reason. What did that want me to do? Ache. Power up any rune 6 times, +6. Okay, +6, +6. But yeah, it definitely is crazy to think about how long this game's been pushing for. But I do wonder what year is going to be the final year that just kind of, maybe they can't support the game anymore, or just not enough people are logging in anymore. If it's going to be something that just like time kills it off, or if they're going to make an update that just pretty much makes everybody leave. I'll tell you right now, personally, I came really close to doing that once they added in artifacts. I really hate artifacts, clearly. It's unnecessary. We have enough stats to worry about. I don't know why we're adding more stats, more things to farm, but at least there is the auto farm feature now, so that's, I think, the only thing that kind of kept me in it. Don't think it will die as long as they keep updating. Yeah, hopefully not. I mean, there's so many people that are heavily invested into it, like not even invested like with money, just with their accounts. Like people have been playing for so long and have collected like so many things that it's going to be hard for any of us to just kind of drop that off, right? Lots of events make Summoners War much better. Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely. A lot of those collaborations. Huge. Okay. I'm actually going to start using Fran instead for now. There's speed leader. Good with that. Fran and Lapis are two very important units for you to build early on. Same with Crow. And if you want, you can go with Bella. But yeah, those ones are very important. We're eventually going to change the Lapis. I should probably 5-star her, shouldn't I? She's wasting XP right now. Let's evolve her, make her 5-star. Just give her that, whatever. Attack, crit damage, attack. I mean, she gets lifesteal right here. So I'm not too worried right now about putting the Vampire Revenge runes on her yet. We will eventually take this set off, most likely. Put that on Crow, and then give her the Vampire Revenge. But yeah, as for mobile games, it's crazy to think that Summoner's War is still up there for a lot of us, for a lot of you guys. But what about like non-mobile games? What are you guys into? All right, we did it. Give us our light dark scroll. Got to the end of Faimon. We still got more to do, but we're gonna finish this guy off. Didn't sound right at all. Shouldn't have said that. Finish this dragon off. That sounded just as bad. We're gonna defeat this dragon, and then we are going to summon the dark dragon. All right, what an epic match right there. And now we get a bunch of dialogue talking about a cube. Basically, what they're talking about is how to complete a Rubik's Cube. They're teaching you the algorithm of how to do it. And only the dragon knew the algorithm. So once you beat the dragon actually gives you the algorithm of how to quickly figure out the Rubik's Cube. All right, come on. Where's my scroll at? Wait, do we not get it? Or, oh, do we have to finish doing all this first? I thought you get a scroll for completing it, no? Where it be? Did they change it? Was it never like that? I just thought it was. Inbox. Ah. Wasn't telling me I had anything new in there. Thank God for chat. Alright. Do these three, and then we'll do the light dark. And we'll call it a stream. Alrighty. Come on. Nothing. Like Grim Reaper? Alright. Should we use him? Stun, decrease their defense for 1 turn. I don't know. Looks like the next "Can I Convince You to Build" video right there. Not sure where to use this guy. I mean, he gets 2/8, of course, so I'm sure he's not good right now until that happens. But, yeah, I think that's it for this video. Let me, now that we're above level 11, let's buy the fusion. Nope, let's actually buy another island. And get the fusion. Take a look at what we're potentially going to get in the future. Or what we can potentially get in the future. Because I honestly have no idea. So you were right, we can get this guy. Let's see, we need Vertihule eventually. We need Veramos. Maybe we'll make him. But yeah, all this stuff here. This stuff alone, you can beat the game with. And we'll get there. This is what we're working with currently, day 1. I'm not going to play this game at all off stream. Just so everything is documented. So nobody thinks I'm cheating. And like I said, there's no time limit. So you're probably going to see 1,000 days played. No, I'm just kidding. We'll hopefully be able to get this done in a couple of months. It should probably take about a month, maybe 2, to get done TOA and get close to finishing all the dungeons. Only because, like I said, I'm not going to be doing it off stream. And when we are streaming, try to be on here for a little bit longer than I normally am. Let's see, I was on here today for how long? About 2.5 hours. So I'll try to shoot for maybe like 3-hour streams, 3 or 4-hour streams. And we'll try to do it consistently. And just see like how long it takes. It's playing completely, really casually. Not going for any records. Just going based off of knowledge of playing the game for a really long time. And hopefully I'll be able to teach a lot of you newer players how to do the same. And you'll learn something. And you'll learn that this game eventually puts you in a situation where you're going to want to quit. But I'm going to keep you around, or try my best at least. Alright, anyway guys, thanks for hanging around, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.